The train inspector.
Oh, yeah. We should tell that story. So, on the way down to London, we're on the Avanti West Coast.
I've hurt my ribs laughing. I've had like a... Go on.
From Runcorn to London, right?
Avanti's now...
The new Virgin.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And the train inspector was just the rudest fucking bellend in the way. Like, I didn't have my mask on because it's a 2-hour journey and I am asthmatic, and I said on the podcast last week, I can't do it. I just can't. Like, I can't breathe. It's just a thing. And I'm not like, I totally understand. If I'm going in a shop for 5 minutes, I'll put my mask on. I will. Because I'm not like trying to be a knobhead. But he come to our thing, he checked our tickets and said nothing. And then went on the tannoy. By the way, Avanti, we'll give you a mic. Because the one they've got it's like he's got a megaphone from the 1920s, and it's just attached to like the fucking thing that Woody has in Toy Story. So he's like, and he done a full announcement, and then he come back in. He's this camp bald guy, dead tall, like you. And he come in and he went, and I just wasn't in the mood for him. He went, excuse me, is the tannoy not working in this carriage? And I went,
no.
I didn't listen to it. I'm not listening.
It's inaudible.
And he went, well, you've got to have masks on. And I went, well, I don't actually, because I've got an exemption. I'm asthmatic and I can't wear it for 2 hours. And he went, well, you shouldn't be on public transport then. I was like, oh, so how am I meant to get to work? Do you want me to fucking run to London, you stupid bald cunt? And then I've learned my lesson with going to the internet about these things. Right? From things that I've happened in the past. So I was like, let it go. But he couldn't. What did you tweet? He tweeted Avanti West Coast.
It's time to have a tweet with Sensei Carl.
So I tweeted...
Giving shit to Avanti.
I tweeted to Avanti, one of your train staff has just spoken to me like he found me sat in his fridge with my dick in his butter. Genuinely one of the rudest, most condescending bald men I've ever had the displeasure to converse with at Avanti West Coast.
They replied.
They did reply.
They replied.
He said, sorry to hear about that, Carl.
What did they say?
Shut me nonsense.
Yeah, just dead rude.
Did they reply saying, at Sensei Carl, you can tell you're a linguist?
I totally get everything, but we're miles away from everyone, and there's genuinely some people who just can't wear them. It was just such an audible ball.
I don't. If he was a customer that had a go, then you'd be like, well, they're just uppity because they don't want to be wearing masks. And in their head, it's like, look, I'm doing it. Why can't you do it? But that's also not like in the co-op round our way. They're like, look, not everyone's medical problems are obvious. So please be respectful for the people that aren't wearing masks. I think some people are like, don't want to do it, which is annoying. It's making it annoying for the people who are like, I've got an asthma issue. I've got like, there's a girl at Laura's work who's got one fucking lung.
I think it might have been on the Patreon actually where I fully explained the mask thing, because I don't think we've done it publicly, but a combination of I've got asthma, and because I was battered by a doorman when I was 17, I've got like a cut near the top of my nose and it scabs over. So I don't really breathe through my nose. I'm a mouth breather, right? I'm such a fucking mouth. You're the same, aren't you?
I've got a fucked up nose.
So I struggle for breath anyway.
Reasons.
Like, it's really quite shit. I'm going to have to go to the doctors or something and get this done because it's really fucking bad.
Carl Donnelly's just had it done. It's
horrendous.
Looks
but like,
more Jewish.
I'm not trying to be a dickhead.
Sorry, I was just being a dick. That was too far. Sorry.
I'll play the game.
Chat.
If I'm going in a shop, like we've been round town and I go in someplace, some shops are like, yeah, just come in. And I don't put my mask on because if I don't need to, I'm not going to wear it. But like some of them go, could you put a mask on, please? Yeah, no problem. And I'll put it on if I'm only going to be in for a few minutes. But 2 hours on a bastard train, I literally wouldn't be able to breathe. It's not like you can go outside and get some fresh air. So, yeah. What a fucking... He was dead. And
he should know better. He should know, though. He works for Avanti.
Yeah.
He knows the people with exemption.
You shouldn't be on public transport. Oh, so you just can't go to work. You just can't...
Yeah, he's been a Rona Nazi, isn't he?
And his mate in the shop, what did I say? That was funny. So I went to the shop and he'd already pissed me off by this point, right? I mean, I'm like, that was dead rude, that wasn't it? He was a lot ruder than we're making out, by the way. It was bigger than this. I don't want to go on about it too much. It was just such a condescending, horrible, like sassy. You know that type of customer service where it's overly nice, which makes it the rudest thing. Well, here's the thing, sir. Right, just listen, sir. I'm doing my job, sir. Like that sort of. It was that, and I hate that. I'd rather him go, put your fucking mask on, dickhead, and then I can go, I can't, mate, soz. Like I could deal with that so much easier than what he did.
Well, he turned to me and went, "Have you got asthma as well?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "Of course you have." But I've got a messed up nose, so I've got a genuine.
But I went into the shop, and the guy in the shop was almost as rude as that guy. So I walked in, and he went, "Is there a reason you haven't got a mask?" And I went, "Yep." That was it. Put my stuff on the thing and pay for them.
I feel like I know where it's coming from. They're just going about it the wrong way.
That's exactly what
they
we
could
said.
literally just go, "Sir, I'm really sorry, but just for everyone else's safety and my safety, we're asking people to wear masks." And you could go, "Apologies, I've got an issue and I can't wear it." And then then it's a more polite. It's the same conversation without the fucking arsiness.
I'm going to write a routine about train conductors, because train conductors, for a long time, as far as I'm concerned, have been the biggest cunts in the world. Like, I hate them. They're always condescending, power mad, people who couldn't.
Oh, there's some belters though, isn't there? The occasional character who's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show." Will be hurtling
so rare, though.
But it's fun when it happens. And you know why they stand out? Because there's a load of arseholes.
Train managers want to be dormant, but they can't fight. That's what it is. They want the power of, "This is my thing and I can kick you out whenever I want."
Yeah.
They're horrible.
You ever seen a fit one? It weirdly is quite arousing.
You've got a thing
when they're
them.
wearing like a
She could.
like a Trans-Pennine Express fucking badge, and like her hair's pulled back because she's fit, but she's on like business mode, so it's like in a bobble, and like the blue work pants are a little bit too tight. Like, it's a uniform that you have to be fit to make it look like. Have you been to IKEA? They've made everyone look like they work in the fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Everyone looks like fucking Oompa Loompas. It's the least forgiving uniform I've ever seen. If you're a member of staff at IKEA and you look fit in that, you are a literal 10 when you get to jazz yourself up. I remember going over to Leeds, fit train conductor, Trans-Pennine Express, did something to me like, she's like an air of authority, like,
"Have you got your rail card?
Get your feet off that seat. Have you got your ticket?"
I told you about the time I got a fine for having my feet on a seat, going from Chester to Liverpool.
This is ruining my fantasy.
Have I told this on the pod? Have I told you before? It's fucking ages ago if I have anyway. I was going from Chester to Liverpool, and those shit Mersey travel trains, right?
Rickety as fuck.
But like, there's a seat and then a metal bit and then the other seat. And I just had my foot on the metal bit, right? And this fucking train busy come over. You know, the ones who like, they don't do real crimes, but they can be the train ones.
Yeah.
Come over, he had his little camera on.
They've never made that TV show, have they? Train busies.
They're the same tune and everything there.
Train busies.
Train busies. He come over
Arresting people on platforms. Go on.
He come over and he read me like me Miranda rights. Right? So he goes, so you've got your feet on the seats there. That carries a maximum fine up to blah, blah, blah. I do have the information to tell you, you're not under arrest. And if you can choose not to say anything, but it may harm your defence if this goes to court or whatever. He done all that. And I gave him all my information. I ended up like, it was meant to be like a 60 quid fine, but I just didn't pay it because it went to me dad's. And at the time I lived in Chester, I wasn't talking to me dad. And it mounted up. I ended up with a fucking bailiff at my house. And I had to just give him cash at the time. It was horrendous. But I keep going back to that moment because he told me I'm not under arrest and I have the right to remain silent.
And you gave him the deets?
Yeah, I was like, I could have just sat there until I got to my destination and then fucked off.
Fucking self-grass.
Yeah, grassed on myself. Imagine if I'd used that.
If I'm doing...
Not under arrest. Okay.
just kept doing that. Oh, you could just do an Elton John. Do you
remember when we hid from... We didn't hide.
It's a shit train fantasy, by the way, sex-wise.
Remember when you pretended on the train with the train inspector?
Pretended that you were asleep? It was you. Oh, no, it was you. I pretended to be asleep.
Yeah,
this was so fucking stupid. This was years ago. This was about 8-9 years ago when we were, still adults and it's still quite bad.
This was so long ago. It's 21.
So we just come up with this idea for no real reason. Me and Carl coming back from London, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we had a weekend of drinks, and when you're hungover and you got that stupid fun energy. So I was like, right, when the train inspector comes down, I'll pretend to be asleep, and you pretend you don't know me.
You're by the window, aren't you?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm leaning against the window, and the train inspector comes to him and goes, got your ticket, and gives it, and she went, could you just wake him up for me? And he goes, oh, I don't know him. Right? And she goes, well, I need to check his ticket. Could you just give him a nudge? And he grabbed me and went, hey! On this fucking packed train. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I went, what the fuck are you doing? And the woman went, sorry, we were just trying to wake you up because I need to check your ticket. And I was like, oh yeah, no problem at all. Gave it and then pretended to go back to sleep.
Oh, you had the ticket all along?
Oh yeah, I had my ticket. It was just
I thought you were trying to dodge the ticket. No. You just wanted to fuck with the woman.
Yeah, we just wanted to fuck with the woman. It's funny as fuck.